How'd last night's practice go for you and the guys?
It was good. It's different whenever you change my schedule, anybody's schedule. It's always a little different. We were out of routine a little bit, but the kids really responded. It was a nice evening, kind of cool, which was a nice little change up, and they were really good, very responsive, and a lot of energy. And I was very proud of the way they responded.
Was it structured any differently from normal? I know you said as coaches you'd have the base installs, but some of the other stuff would come later.
We got our base installs in. We were a little cramped. We didn't get quite as much time, but we got enough. We needed to simplify anyway, so it was probably a blessing that we didn't have enough time. The longer you leave us in here looking at video, the more we think of stuff we probably shouldn't be. We need to keep it simple and let the kids go play.
You mentioned kind of wanting to pad back up and go harder these last 4 weeks. Does that start, Monday, or is that an emphasis you'll see later in the week when you were normally kind of backing off?
No, we were more physical last night. We had been backing off a little bit, but we pushed it a little bit last night. We'll get today off. So I thought that this is smart to go at it pretty good on Monday, get today off to go vote. Even though our kids have already voted, they're still get a day to recover. And then we'll go at it a good physical practice Wednesday, and we're going to pad back up Thursday again. So at least it won't be 3 days of pads in a row, Greg. It kind of got a break there by going pads on Monday, off on Tuesday, get after it Wednesday and Thursday, and take them back off Friday.
Do you still feel that mounting pressure of injuries and fatigue, or have you been able to ease it up the last couple of weeks with some of the things you've done?
We came out of the game, probably the best we've come out of a game so far. We've got nagging injuries, things that are holding out a couple of players, limiting other players. But, to be in our 9th game of the year in a row, I'd say we've been, we're going to get everybody back at some point. So we're just waiting for that point.
Okay, JJ.
Jeff, what's the overall confidence level with the team right now?
We're fine. We're disappointed. But, we've got 4 games left, and we're 4-4. And there's not been one game we played this year where we didn't feel like we were totally outmatched or didn't have a chance to win. So we're very confident. It's this whole conference is very even, and anybody can beat anybody, and we understand that. And I don't think there's a dominant team, but I don't think there's a bad team either.
Do you have any idea what to expect from Rice? I know you mentioned yesterday they won 4 out of their last 5 going back to last season, but they haven't played much this year. What are you expecting on Saturday from that squad?
You can tell they're mature. They've been together for a while, 3 years of the same coaching staff. You can just see all that, how they've added, more offense, more defense, more special teams, because they got the same players back. So you can keep adding. That's what I see: confidence, maturity, more volume of offense, more volume of defense, strong team, physical team. They're a better football team.
Okay, Greg.
What are some of those things they've added that they've been able to do well? What are their biggest strengths as a team from what you've seen?
From what I've seen, just they do so much defensively. They're in every front you can play. And that's really hard to teach kids to play over, under, odd, bare. So that presents some problems in itself. You're going to run just one running play where you got to block every one of those looks in the week to make sure your guys are prepared. So that's going to create some difficulty. They're in the gun on offense or under center on offense. They've got a good grad transfer quarterback that can do a lot of things. They've got a really good running back, a really good wide receiver, and they do a good football. They do a good job of what their football team's good at. They do a good job of that.
They announced yesterday that they won't have fans at this game. Do you feel like your guys are comfortable and used to that circumstance after playing with it at BYU?
Yeah, I don't even think we notice anymore, honestly. I asked my coaches when they told me there weren't going to be any fans. And I literally said to them, I said, were there fans at the FAU game? They're like, yeah, coach, there were fans there. I'm like, I didn't know. I really didn't. Um, so I think we're just all kind of used to everything being crazy all the time, Greg. I don't know what would shock us if there were a lot of fans and it was loud again. That's probably going to be the shock, not having anybody there. It's disappointing. I hate it for the kids, but we're getting to play football, and that's a blessing.
I thought it was interesting to see that you guys did not name an offensive player of the week against FAU. Was that just sending a message that they have to be better, or is there like a certain threshold they have to hit? What went into that decision?
We just didn't have anybody that played to that level, unfortunately, which is a direct reflection of me. We didn't have them prepared.
You also said yesterday, you mentioned it again today, that all the players had early voted. Is that actually like 100% voter turnout for you guys?
I couldn't verify that. I would have to ask Coach Brown if it's for sure 100% or not. But I can get that information and find out.
Were you proud of the effort that those guys made to get that done, regardless of whether it was, exactly full or not?
Yeah, I bet we are full. I know we were 100% registered to vote because we were very adamant about that. But I think, I asked my position coaches to see who had to vote today, and I believe they told me everybody had voted, but I'd rather fact check that, especially in this election. Fact checking has become very big.
Okay, anything else for Coach Traylor this morning? All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day. God bless. Birds up.